This MMA content is proudly brought to you by the AllStar app, a fully customizable ad-free sports experience. Download it now.
Max, man, it is fight week. You're a few days away. I just wonder, man, fight week is different for a lot of fighters. Do you have kind of like a system that you have in place every fight week that you go through, or do you have any traditions or anything like that?
Well, I like to get there early, Monday or Tuesday. But I guess I have my routine. I like to kind of have fun. I like to go kind of check out the restaurants in the area, kind of get a scope of the city. I don't like really being like holed in. For COVID, it was different. During COVID, we were locked in at the hotel, couldn't leave, had to DoorDash everything, had to Instacart food and cook it all ourselves. But like we're in Columbus right now, so stuff that I can't eat, I have my coaches eat, and I go with them and I smell the food. And last night we went to some place called Jenny's Ice Cream. They had like this banana bourbon caramel ice cream with these waffle cones. I made them order it, and I just kind of got to watch and be jealous. I kind of lived through them on fight week. But I like to have a good time. I don't like to be too serious. I don't like to be all freaking, nah. When I'm hitting pads and stuff, yeah, but I like to enjoy myself, man. I like to enjoy myself. The days kind of go slower when you do that. Otherwise, you get here, and then it's Friday, and it's time to fight. I don't like being rushed, so I feel like kind of have more fun. I usually hop on those birds, smash around the city and all that. But it's been like weird weather out here, man. Columbus, it just hailed. It was sunny. It's been pouring rain. It's supposed to snow on Saturday, actually. But we were taking a nap earlier, and some shit was hitting the window, and I was like, what the hell? I looked outside. I'm on the 5th story. It was hailing. You could see the hail balls on the street. So they were like grapes, like grape-sized hail. Yeah. So
Something that California really doesn't have, huh?
yeah, never. It's hailed a few times, but not like that. Not grapes.
Why do you like? For me, if I'm like cutting weight or trying to lose weight or restricting my diet, the last thing I want to do is watch people eat what I want to eat. Like, why do you do? Is there a psychological effect that helps you watching people eat what you want to eat?
I watch the Food Channel. I watch Chopped. I watch Man versus Food. I'm watching on the big screen, dog. I don't know. I love food, so I guess maybe it's like giving me angst inside because it's my opponent's fault that I can't eat this kind of stuff. I could be trying to like maybe a form of self-torture. I don't know, but I watch like World's Best Macaroni and Cheese, and I just watch, man.
Nowadays, there's this endless amount of shows, man. Like, every show is out there. Like, I remember on Netflix, I just ran across this one show where they make cakes, and you have to figure out which is the cake. You know what I mean? Like, what is real and what is not. And I'm just like, dude, they're just creating food shows for people like you who love watching that stuff. But let's talk about the fans, man. You mentioned earlier about the COVID era and being isolated, but now you're in front of fans. I believe you were in front of fans the last show too. Is there a huge impact of having people in the arena cheering, screaming? Do you get that energy?
I think it does. Before, I fought fans, no fans. Fans, it's a different energy. I remember I fought at 264, man. I fought 3 fights with no fans. No, 2 fights with no fans. Back to fight Conor McGregor. That was the 264 when I fought Carlos Condit. That was the first show back. I remember going out to weigh-ins and like our skin was like tingling and like we could hear the roar of like going to the weigh-ins. Yo, like made all of our hair stand up. All of us in the back were getting hyped up. My shit was pounding, dog. My heart was pounding. All of us. it's different being in like fight mode and going to fight, but then face offs, like you're not really in fight mode, kind of, but not. So you could feel like the. But going out there, actually was pounding, man. It's different. It's different, but fighting felt good. Fighting felt good out there at 264. The fans had my walkout song. I like it. I like it. I was able to kind of work with it though. Before, when it was going on, it's hard to like control because you feel it in your body, man. You feel the energy and stuff. And now, like, I appreciate it. I'm like, instead of like getting kind of nervous with it, like I enjoy it. Like, let's go.
That's part of, I guess, improving as a fighter too, is controlling those emotions, right? And not blowing your load, so to say, too early, right?
It's easy to, man. I mean, your adrenaline, like, I mean, you can imagine really being in there, like, really being in there. Like, it's a trip, yo. It makes you clench your teeth. You're prepared, right? You've done this before. Nothing new.
And yeah, man, this winning streak you're on right now, man. And you started with Brahima, Ramis, and he was a prospect in the division. You took him out. You took his ear. Then you took on Song. He's a veteran. And then you took on Condit and beat him, and he's a legend of the division. It's like every step, prospect, veteran, legend. Consciously, unconsciously, is there something like building up inside of you, like a level of confidence with each fight that helps you with the next one?
Yeah. I don't know if it's subconscious. It's very conscious. I know, like, I'm a terror right now. I'm a terror, and it's bad for whoever's in the cage now with me. I trained my whole life to like finally do like what I know I can do. Like I know it's been in me, but it is hard to put together at these certain times against these certain opponents. And I know a lot of stuff hasn't gone my way, and it should have went my way. It was close, But now, man, like you said, I beat Brahima, I beat freaking Song Keenan, smashing everybody, and beat Carlos Condit. Only person to ever outstrike him other than me was GSP. It's a good stat. I'm ready to get it, man. Now at this 10 game, I could beat everybody. I really can. I know I can. Like, I know it. I feel it. I have the team behind me. I'm physically able to. Like, my physical attributes, my grappling, my power, my striking, my cardio, like my will to win, can beat anyone. Now it's just doing a game plan for whatever opponent I have and setting up my strategy for that, and then I'm going to execute.
Yeah, you said in another interview, earlier, I believe last week or so, that the secret to your success is that you're having fun, you're enjoying it, you're excited for fighting. When did that click for you? How does that feel inside the cage?
Really, it was 3 fights ago. Like before I fought Ramiz Brahima, I got a new mental coach, Danny Patterson, and I mean I've had mental coaches in the past. I've always had a mental coach my whole career, but he approached me. Some of the Alpha Male guys told me, Mike Malott, Andre Feely were like, "Hey man, talk to this guy." I'm like, yeah. Every time I see them, you check, talk to him. I'm like, yeah. Then I finally talked to him, and I was like, why should I talk to you? Like, I talked to a bunch of guys. Why should I talk to you? And he's like, Max, I was watching some of your fights. And he said, the fights you had fun, you did your best. He's like, I watched the Mike Perry fight, and you were smiling, and you beat the brace up. And I thought about it, I'm like, I did enjoy that fight. I did have fun beating that fool down. And he was so dangerous, but I made him not look dangerous. And I was like, there's something to it. You look back at my David Mitchell fight. I fought this ex-UFC guy before I got signed. Knocked him out, dropped him 3 times in the first 40 seconds and finished him. And he was supposed to just come grapple me and just tap me. He won like 8 straight before me, Team Alpha Male guy. That was the King of Sacramento fight. They said those 2 fights I had fun, and I'm thinking like, he's right. So I gave him a chance. We did our core values, which really took like homework on myself to really identify. It's kind of like your religion, kind of like core values is what makes you you, like what attributes make you you, and what can make you the best fighter in the world. Like, what do you need to acknowledge about yourself that works? It was tough, man. He didn't tell me how to do it or anything. I had to look online and like, core values. What are core values? How do you find them? But like, you could like figure out like, who do you look up to? Who do you like? What are they on time? Are they dependable? Are they honest? What kind of people don't you like? Cheaters, liars, like people that aren't good. And then you could kind of do the opposite of those. Would kind of be your values. Bless you. And once I started putting that together, it took months, dog. It took like a good 2-3 months to put those together. Once I did, we hammered those down. Then once I had those, I had to actually like describe those like to a T. What's respect to me? What's courage to me? What's growth to me? Those are some of them that I have. And then once you could write those down, I mean, I had a paragraph, 2 paragraphs for each, what those mean. Then I could be accountable for those and say, am I being respectful? Am I fighting with courage in my normal life? Am I speaking up for the weak? Am I doing this and that? And since I'm able to do exactly what I know I need to do, and then I could do that, it's been making me a better person, leaving no stone unturned. And I've been viciously victorious. But it starts with yourself. You got to know yourself and be the best version of you. Being authentic was my number one thing. Being myself. Like myself went out now, right? And then when I get in the cage, you're all serious and stiff, and that's not me. This is me right here. If I fight like this, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So you got to let yourself out in there. But I mean, there's pressure, right? I mean, we're fighting out there. For fighting a guy that's trying to essentially kill you, man. He's trying to knock you out, trying to break your arm, to knock your ear off. Like, it could be dangerous in there. And they think they're going to beat you. Or they think they're going to beat you. I don't know if they really think they're going to beat me, but they like to believe that they think they're going to beat me. But there's pressure on that. I mean, you lose, you get cut. You lose, you don't get your money. You get hurt. There's a lot on the line. But that last Ibrahimite fight, man, I remember walking out, and I'm like, I remember before that, I remember being backstage the day before doing pictures for like Face Off. You do like the pictures and stuff with Mike Roach. And my heart was like beating. Like, you get nervous on the thing, on the little paper you take a picture of. Like, I felt my heart like, it's like they're all serious. They're trying to mean mug, and like I started smiling and stuff. My coach is doing like the Karate Kid like in the back and stuff because he knows about my new mental coach, trying to make me laugh. And I started having fun. My heart started pounding. You know what I mean? I like felt more. I mean, it was weird that I was out there and felt like the pressure of kind of taking these pictures. Once I started smiling, and like it kind of lifted the thing off my shoulders. Like, I need to be excited. This is fun. Like, I'm taking pictures. They're paying me to take pictures right now. Like, let's have fun with this. So I had fun, took some funny pictures. And then even when I was walking out, I'm like, this is fun. Like, I'm in the UFC. It's on ESPN. I'm about to beat the brakes off this guy. I'm ready. I'm smiling at the guy, doing my mouthpiece, hitting my cup. He's hugging my guys. Like, let's go. And I went in there and took the guy's ear off. So I'm like, hold on. For me to have fun and go viral, the best, you know what I mean? For me to have a performance like that and be having fun, I'm like, I need to have more fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I knocked out freaking Song Ki-nan in like 2 minutes. Like, that was some fun. Like, fun in the sun. This is what I do. Right? It's a recipe for me mentally. I'm like, yo, then I just beat Carlos Condit having fun. Like, the sky's the limit, man. I'm about to beat all these guys, man.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have, I think, the right blend of training too, right? With Alpha Male and then your team, MMA Gold, and your coach, Jim West. Shout out to Jim West, one of the best in the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah,
just,
no,
it's perfect.
it is perfect. I don't think it can really get any better. Yeah, we have the formula now. Mary Nobles, Justin, Jim West, Game Fit, doing my S&C over there. And then I'm more of a alpha male, adding a bunch of those guys in, going to pro practice, going to sparring over there. Ryan Loader, my wrestling teammates, and one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Like, I got that sauce now, man. Like, no one else does this. No one else takes a little bit from here, takes a little bit from here, mixes it with this, and everyone just kind of stays at alpha male or stays at MMA Gold or stays at Mary Nobles. They don't do the freaking
Trifecta.
swirl. They don't do the trifecta. But I do it and it works, man.
Yeah.
I try my stuff on different guys. I get juice from here and use it here and try it there, and I feel like I know more. I feel like I'm more well versed because I can do that, and it's been magic, man.
Yeah, and speaking of magic, what are you expecting, in this fight against Neil Magny? His last 6 fights went to decision. So, most likely people are thinking, oh, this is going to go to a decision. What do you think?
That's what he wants. I'm thinking decision. Decisions are for the birds, man. Yeah, he wants to get a decision. He wants to play safe. He wants to not engage, or he wants to just hold me. And I'm surprised he hasn't been beaten. I feel like a lot of these guys give these fights away, and so he's not gonna know what hit him. He's not gonna know when I do what I'm gonna do to him. He's really beatable. He may have not looked beatable to a lot of people, but I'm different, man. I'm smarter than a lot of these guys. And what I see and what my coaches see and what we're gonna implement is just gonna take him out, man. He's don't get me wrong. He's a dangerous guy because he's in the UFC, but he better try to wrestle, and then that's not gonna work. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything he wants me to do, and I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna put him away. I'm gonna put him away, straight up. He doesn't like getting hit. His defense isn't the best. His defense is just kind of fading back. He just kind of leans and stuff, and that's not gonna work on me. I'll tell you right now. He fights a lot of guys with short arms, 72, 70, so all his stuff.
Coach.
So all his stuff, I mean, he's been getting away with this stuff for too long, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting away with a lot of his fighting style for too long. And I like the guy, but it's my time.
And I know that you've been looking to fight Jorge Masvidal in the near future, right? But it seems like he might be facing some jail time. Are there any other names on the list?
Not really. That's who I have my little target on, just because, I've had my target on him for a while. Really, because he's number 7. Magny was 8. He's number 9 now. But that was his next in progression. And I feel like, he's one of the, I don't want to call him a legend or anything, but he's one of the vets that's been along for a long time. He's just a guy I wanted to beat before he left. I wanted to fight Cerrone, but he went to 55. So I'm just kind of want to fight all the guys. I kind of not watch as a kid because Masvidal wasn't really who I was looking for. But now he's been doing his thing a few years ago. I mean, he's kind of sliding down the thing, but I wanted to get a hold of him before it was too late. And then all this Kobe stuff, man, it's getting crazy these days, man.
It is getting crazy. Did you see the second video where they it's kind of grainy and foggy, but it shows him like running up on him?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen that one? Okay.
I was looking for it this morning. It must have been recent, the last few hours.
Maybe last night or something like that. Something like
that. But the sucker punch thing. I'm from the West Coast, man. We don't sucker punch. That's like not. I'm proud of that. Until I'm a king of a sucker punch. I watched the Ariel Helwani thing and how he was saying how he's proud of being a sucker puncher. Like, I don't know, man. I have a lot of homies in Florida. I was like, is that a Florida thing? And they're like, nah. So maybe his neighborhood, but Yeah, man, I get he was, saying he was a deadbeat and all that, but if someone called me a deadbeat, I wouldn't care. I'm the best dad in the world, so shouldn't have got under his skin so much. Someone calling you a deadbeat, unless you really were. That's just my 2 cents. And I'll say this: if you're gonna sucker punch someone, you should finish them. If I was, I've never sucker punched anyone in my life, but if I punch someone, they didn't see it, they're done. They're knocked out. They don't know what happened. Their head split open. Like if you sucker punch someone, they shouldn't just have a little scrape and a little hurt too. I feel like if you sucker punch someone, I don't know, it should have been way worse. So
Kobe got a chin on him though. He broke
Yeah.
his jaw and still fought.
But to not see it, to hit someone. I mean, if you hit someone in the back of the head without someone seeing, you're not getting knocked out, right? I mean, think about it. At least dropping to the floor. Come on, right? I mean, how come no one's talking about that? Like, how do you not? I mean, he sent freaking Ben Askren to the nether realm, right? Like, he socked someone that didn't see it, and like, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, but.
Well, if he doesn't, well, he's getting charged, right? So most likely he's going to be in court or something's going to happen, right? But if he doesn't go to jail, I hope, they try to line that up. I mean, I feel like stylistically, you and him fighting would be a great fight. You know what I mean? Like a crazy ass fight.
I think it would too. I just don't think he'd fight me because, I think he wants Connor.
Mm-hmm.
But Connor just got in trouble today. So. They're having a competition, like
yeah. Who could be in the news? You know what I mean?
It's a competition. I know, but that's what I said. I want him before he takes all these money fights. I think he wants to get these money fights. I feel feeling he's gonna retire soon or be out of here soon. I just do. He's just a guy that I like to fight. That's all. No, nothing personal really.
All right. One last thing before I let you go. Judge Jerry Springer, right? 2 questions. Did Toker ever pay you, and did Jerry ever get back to you about doing security?
Toker paid, I guess. I mean, the show paid. I did get my money. Jerry said he wants me to security after I'm done fighting.
Okay.
I could be a bailiff.
That's not a bad gig.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be, especially on the show.
Yeah. But there's scary guys. I was talking to the producer on there. They said pretty scary. I was like the most normal person there.
Well, you're a real fighter though. You know what I mean? Like,
but everyone else was like scary. Like they said that people really be wilding on there. It's the same building. They got Judge Wilkos and Maury on there.
Oh. Okay.
And they Judge Wilkos show, they said they get scared. There's some really crazy people on there, and it's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's no joke. So I'd be kind of, kind of sketchy sometimes. But I was a bouncer at Polari. I was a bouncer out in SAC for a while, and those were some crazy times, I must say.
Yeah, it's not like SAC is, like it's not SAC as Malibu or something like that. So
it was in New York. It was in Connecticut. So. Yeah, there were some wild people out there, man. When I was in there, they had to search me going in the building. They searched every pocket, everything in my bag, flipped it upside down. Like, I really had something. Like, people really be having to check my socks. Like, they really, it was more than, the strip search,
More than the airport, huh?
More than the airport, definitely.
Crazy. Well, man, a few days, man, you get to go in there and do your thing, man. It's gonna be crazy. Like Columbus, man, they're gonna be in for a treat. Appreciate you, Max.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Ohio State, man, they out here wilding, man. It's a college town. There's so many people here. They know how to party out here. I'm looking forward to that packed arena. I got so many people, 20, 30 people coming. But I mean, there's so many people I don't know that are messaging me, man, we're coming to your fight, new fans and shit. Like, we're coming to your fight. It's my first show. People are pumped, yo. So, people recognize me everywhere, at the airport, around here, around town. Oh my God, it's Max Griffin. I got my backpack with my autos in it. So I've been doing autos. I got these. I've been signing people and stuff. So, you know, I'm a man of the people.
Living in the moment, man. That's what I see from you right now. Living in the moment.
That's all you can do. It's always now. So you might as well live it.